the grace space, the L shift, the elder race, eld, fire, L, O him, the letter L, 90 degrees shift, the Mayans, the grace space, Jesus, Quetzalcoatl, Buddha, Shiva, Krishna. What are you talking about, Tobias? So I got a very strong message a few days ago. I was walking over there, up Soldier's Trail, where the devil's sinkhole is. Trying not to fall into the devil's sinkhole has been my goal for this last year or so. Anytime you're going through a major purge cleanse, you're going to feel like you're falling backwards and going backwards into hell or scary mental places and patterns. Completely normal. The dark night of the soul. And you can't always rescue people from their journey in that. We've walked a little bit, so little doggy here. Hi, Gab. Let's walk a little further. We'll do some shade here too. So, and Spirit was telling me, walking up Soldier's Trail, I recorded it. It was like a direct transmission. Now, when I say Spirit, it's very seldom that God himself or God herself makes a direct appearance to you. It happens. It feels very different to me. Now remember, I'm a nerdy scientist, atheist, Swedish guy. So if I can get this far out, it's taken 25 years, but so can you. So we all hear from Spirit. We all hear directly. Most often it is layers of angels or guides or masters, ascended, awakened ones, the beautiful many, someone called them, which I really like the way they said, the beautiful many. It's tens, hundreds, thousands, millions, trillions of awake beings in the galaxy. You know, they help. So there's many, many layers of management. So when I'm hearing from my guides, you could say, my friend calls them the boys, because a lot of the guys we're working with are men. We work with Kuan Yin too. It's a Saturday here in Sedona, up by Airport Vortex Trail, so we get the helicopter tours and stuff like that. Here's Thunder Mountain behind me, right you there, because all the lightning hits there during these monsoon thunderstorms. So when you've accumulated karma, so the spirits were telling me, they go, because of your particular history, Tobias, you've been a warrior, like a full-on 12-foot tall giant battle axes. It's like before recorded history type stuff. And I've actually seen those. It's going to come out, by the way, the whole thing about the giants and who they were and the Nephilim and all that. And there's a long history for each soul with it if you've been part of the whole story here on Earth. But so there were lifetimes when I was very much a battle axe warrior. Like literally my friend Richard up in Flag, he's the new Thor's hammer. He's got the new Thor's hammer that in the latest movie Thor forges into battle axe. Well, I have way too much attraction to that stuff. Too much history with it, right? And after one of the ayahuasca ceremonies a year or so ago, one of the shamans came up to me and said, "Guerrero," meaning fighter. I go, "Yeah." And he told me he saw my two guardian friends, you know, that were with me. Giants, 12-foot tall, red-haired, you know, giant. And I've been one of them. I've seen a skeleton where half my skin is still on it, like a mummy that still exists on Earth somewhere. Of course, I'm not allowed to know, but so I've got a lot of warrior history, that Viking thing. I'm not allowed to be 6'8" this lifetime because I'd probably misuse it. So we choose before we go into lifetimes things. And the physical has a big impact on us. The way we look, the way we use or misuse our physicality, whether it's sexuality or violence or intimidation or whatever. So once you have your life review, you realize, oh, that's why I chose those limitations or that weakness or that like not being very beautiful. There's reasons the soul chooses these things. Or being too beautiful and getting all that unwanted attention and so forth. So anyway, when we have this kind of history, we all got history. All God's children got stuff. We all got history, right? And in the law of karma, which is real, the law of retribution, the law of reflection, the law of penduluming back and forth, as you sow, shall you reap, what you put out, you get back, comes around, goes around, and all that, is totally true. So that my guides were telling me, because of your particular history, Tobias, of doing battle across the galaxy, reptilian wars and shit like that, you have created some karma, some certain energy, and you've thought it was good. When you're fighting evil, you think it's good. But you're not balanced. You've divided into the world of good and evil. And so they said, what we're recommending for you is the graceful space that Jesus came and tried to share. He said, forgiveness, or Buddha, the middle road. You don't take sides. God doesn't take sides. God's in everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, the evil, so forth. And learning that middle path, the middle road, or the path of forgiveness, or the in the world but not of it, the incognito, and the graceful space. If you enter into the third place, here's the fighting, the good and evil, and there's a place where it merges in grace, where it's erased. This is what Jesus was trying to share about forgiveness. Turn the other cheek, don't fight back, don't resist evil with evil. Don't keep the pendulum swinging back and forth. It's like those little kids when they punch that doll, goes down to the floor, comes back up and hits them in the face. And the little child is for sure that doll attacked me. That, the knock him down dolls, blow up dolls we have. Of course it didn't attack him. It was the child pushing it down, and it was the reaction that got it. That's all we're doing. We're running around going, I'm a victim, shit's hurting me. Yeah, well, it's your blowback. It's your stuff. So they were saying, because of this time on earth when everything is boiling up, the graceful space, vanish in the air, you'll never find me. You're not a target for your own karma. You disappear. You L-shift. The 90 degrees did when they letters and all that in the Yucatan. When they shift it out, you do a time-space jump out of the linear time, out of the fighting, out of the horizontal, into the vertical. But it's more than that. It's 4D, 5D, 6D. So we really recommend the graceful space where, quote, in Jesus' parlance, sins are forgiven. They're erased. In Buddha, you're burning the seeds of your karma through meditation. Gab, Gab, come on. Come on, Gab. She's going hunting. Don't want her to get too far off the path. So the graceful space, a lot of us that have been warriors, Source is going to say, okay, enough. You need to come home and heal yourself now. And so learning to access the middle road. And when I was in India, I remember meeting this older gentleman who took care of me in Mysore, India, when I went up to Chamundi Hill. 2 years before Sadhguru had his enlightenment on Chamundi Hill, I was sitting up there on those rocks. I love these synchronicities. And I had an afternoon sitting there where I entered some timeless space as well. But this gentleman had a free card from God, the universe. And that was the main teaching of Jesus and everyone, really, because there's no sinner without a future and no saint without. All right, I'm back for a moment. Webcast tomorrow, tobiaslars.com. I do the live webcasts. You can appear on camera if you want. Nobody usually wants to. And or just ask questions or just listen in and nobody knows you're there. A lot of people do that. And I recommend for your own, I was just doing an hour and a half of the inner body awakening for myself because I'm still purging this ancient warrior shitola. that I had to purge. It's literally my midsection, and I can see in other lives I'm sticking swords through people, spears in their backs, chopping them with axes. I mean, full-on Viking battles. And so I'm reaping some of that in my kidneys, liver, pancreas, all that shit. But it's moving as energy, all around. And I have to spend time just releasing it, accessing the graceful space to release that stuff. All right. Inner Body Awakening is the first method. InnerBodyAwakening.com. I use it every day now. Every day now. Yep. And come to the webcast if you want on Sundays. It's growing a little bit now, and it's kind of 10 people usually, but I can tell maybe we'll see what happens if Spirit lets me out of the cage. We're going to have a lot more people being part of it. Goodbye for now. Let me find the button here in the middle of the sun. Ciao. All the best.